Yes, Counterattack Podcast with myself, Daps. Guys, keep liking, subscribing, sharing. Here we are with another one brought to you via Zoom. The last one just released 2 days ago. We had Derek Asamoah. Guys, I'm loving the feedback. Keep liking, subscribing, keep sharing, all that good stuff. Today, my grizzly self is looking kind of mad. Today we've got two special guests, two Colchester United players. We've got Frank Nouble and Theo Robinson. I want to bring them in now. Hopefully everything is all good. We didn't do no check first. So we will see. Oh, there we go. What do you say? Can you not hear me? Can you hear me?
Yo.
Okay, you can hear me. You can hear me though, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Frank, can you hear me? Frank? Phil, you know what I've realised about this guy? I've realised that whenever anything happens on the internet, at YouTube, it's always him that is always either late or got all the problems.
Yesterday I was having one on Instagram Live. To be fair, you know,
Huh?
I was trying to add Frank to Instagram Live yesterday, and I was struggling to do it, so I had to jump onto his. But now he's struggling to do it today.
Oh, I saw that yesterday actually. I went on and you was just like, "What's going on?" And you had your feet up and that.
Yeah, I was trying to add him, but he wouldn't add him. Have you got him?
No, I can't hear him.
Frank. Let me see what he's doing. No. There he is. I can see him now, little beanhead.
Yeah, I can see it, but I don't think he can hear us. Tell him to join the chat audio. Oh, connected to audio. Here we are.
Look at him, man. Look at him.
He's such an uncle, isn't it? This guy. Bro, by the time he's ready, the podcast's going to be finished.
I'm going to message him now. Any danger?
Same. Oh.
Yes?
He's still not there? Don't worry, people.
Nah. Frank. Oh my, look at it. Look at him struggling. Look at his eyes. His eyes concentrating hard, isn't it? Look at his lips and everything.
Has he not done it via Zoom yet?
Yeah, he's got it. I think he's been using it before.
Wow, this internet is mad.
Connecting to audio. I think he's just done it.
I can hear you now.
Done it. Yeah.
Oh, hey, well done. There you go.
No. Hey, I'm trying to connect it to my headphones.
Is it all done now?
Jokes.
Well, give me a second.
Daps got the fake beats in it.
I know, man. Them meats. The meats.
One sec. Oh, okay.
It's just like me yesterday on Insta Live, innit, Frank?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, lads.
Oh, that's poor from you, Frank, man.
No, I know. Sorry, man.
That's poor, man. I'll play. What's good?
I'm right, man. How yourself?
I'm good, man. Just thought I'd finally get this one done.
Mm-hmm.
With characters such as yourselves.
Yeah, in unfortunate circumstances.
Huh?
Theo beers, man.
Man, just look at mine. I haven't had it this big in
That's what I'm saying. Both years got some rough beers. Mine's looking all right, innit? Yours are looking rough.
Yeah, man.
That's the only place you could grow yours, though. You can't grow there, can you?
I'm trying. Hey, look, I'm trying.
I'm trying. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thanks for this. How you lot keeping, man? With all this lockdown and all of that. You've probably been asked this question bare times, man.
I'll let Theo speak in it because apparently I'm getting the limelight in it. So let Theo speak.
This guy. Nah, it's been good, man. Just been chilling with the kids, man. Literally, in the mornings, doing workouts, going for walks. You know, it's just all the same stuff, really. Eating loads of food, playing on the trampoline for about 3 hours. So it's been eventful. I've been trying to play Daps for about 3 weeks now on FIFA, and he's running scared from me.
Oh, don't be silly.
You know what I mean, Frank?
This guy is the biggest.
Frank,
Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
Frank, tell him about how much times I beat you online and everywhere else. Just tell him.
Yeah,
I'll show records
good online. Yeah, Theo's good online, to be fair. So you have to be careful with him. His internet, they always make sure he scores goals. Do you understand?
Yeah.
His internet is gazy, bro.
No, don't. I try to, every time I'm like, yeah, are you ready? He'll come back to me 2 hours later. Oh, Daps.
It's lying, man.
Yeah, I'm playing COD or something.
Yeah, don't mind it. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll get it in. We'll get it in properly. I saw Frank yesterday trying to get 7-year-olds to play with him online yesterday, so he can beat them.
Yeah, they beat me. They beat me as well. 3-0.
No way.
Yeah,
seriously?
Man. I messaged someone like midnight yesterday to say, give me a game. And he came on, and I was playing well, but I could tell he was nervous. He was doing skills like all the like rainbow tricks, all that. I was thinking, all right, cool. This guy's a proper player. And he scored. Then he kept the ball, bro. He kept the ball for like 20 minutes, bro. I didn't touch the ball. I was at home. I was getting angry and hot, man. I was already hot already. I was sweating and everything. He beat me 3-0, man. And he messaged me. He said, join me on Ultimate Team, man. You're not bad. I was thinking, this guy's mugging me, bro.
Yeah. Man beat you and just try not to let you live in it after that. Man, like, nah, that's poor, man.
But that's some real gamer. You could tell some gamers out there, innit? I just play the boys, innit, for banter.
Yeah, trust me.
Be like me, innit?
Listen, hey, Fee. Apparently, like Frank said, Frank's getting all the limelight, and is it making you feel some type of way?
Never, mate. You know that's not right.
That's not true, man. It's banter, bro. That's all banter.
We're up there, innit?
You know,
trying to get them here like use that.
Your episode of The Ball Don't Lie was a very, very good episode. I'm starting to feel like, you know, you're attacking me and coming from my spot, to be honest. It's a bit of
you know what it is? I think let's just first say, banner aside, like obviously what you're doing is brilliant. So if anything, there's a lot of inspiration that comes from your side to us as well. But also, at the same time, I think we're trying to do it's just a bit different, isn't it? Because we're still playing.
Yeah.
We just want to, show our character as well as people who are still playing currently now. In that, it's a different type of interview, isn't it, compared to when you're speaking to someone. Maybe they can be a different type of relax with you and a different type of relax with us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So different types. So you might interview someone tomorrow and we interview the same person. There'll be two different interviews, but two very good ones. Do you know what I mean? Someone like yourself who studied the game and you know football very well and still playing football in your own time and whatnot. And us, who's obviously is our job. So then you get different perspectives.
What made you not actually come and like do that?
Well, I've been thinking about this for months. Like, I was writing up notes. I've got notepads here that I've been thinking about an idea like this. And me and Theo obviously became teammates, and Theo was speaking about this as well. So we were like, well, there's two of us now. It's probably better to do it together. You know, we both got the reach for a lot of people and use it to our advantage. But at the same time, obviously me and Theo get on really well, so we bounce off each other well.
It
literally, it's
go on.
No, basically, I was just saying literally the same thing what Frank was saying there. Well, like obviously we both play for loads of clubs as well, so we've got loads of different connections, if you know what I mean. In that sense, so I was like, that's why we thought about it from time ago, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, when I watched the first one, instantly it stuck out to me, because a lot of the time, even with me, like it's not coming from, like you said, people who are actually still playing. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a different level of insight. Do you get what I'm saying? And even if they know me as someone who used to play or whatever, it's not the same as like an actual teammate or someone you play with. It's different sort of like relaxed convo. And I'm looking forward. I haven't watched the new one. The latest one dropped today or yesterday?
Yeah,
today.
Yeah, midday today. So we're trying to do it every 2 weeks, because obviously now everyone's at home, innit? So so give people something to watch. It's ones we've made before. Obviously, just COVID-19 came involved in it, so we're just trying to spread it out. We ain't done many, but we've done 5 or 6 every year. So hopefully,
we've got loads. Hopefully, we'll be back outside soon, so we can do more.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, with all this COVID stuff, do you not even know when you're like due back for training or whatever?
They're saying the start of May at the minute, but we don't even know that could change. Look at in June they said that we'll be back. You know what I mean? Well, and then by April, I should say. But then it's going to come to April now, and we moved on. It's gonna be in May, I think. But I don't personally think it's gonna be for a while, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Because literally, we don't know until the safety of the public's the main thing first. Then after that, we'll know more in it, if you know what I mean. And obviously, the peak haven't even hit COVID-19 yet. So you know what I mean. So I think it's gonna be longer, man.
Yeah, ain't it a bit hard for you, like, because if they tell you like you gotta come now, we've been without football for how long now? What is it? It's about over a month, isn't it?
It's been a month, man. With a long month.
Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy because when it first came, when we first heard the news about the game might be called off, or a game was called off, I think it was the Premier League game, wasn't it? Man City,
Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
When that game might be called off, then obviously we were all thinking, well, maybe they don't care about League Two as much. You might let us play. But obviously it got cancelled. And on that day, when I came into training, I was telling everyone, look, the season will be void. This would be the year of Corona. You know, I was thinking about all the conspiracies. I've been watching Simpsons, all that stuff. I was thinking,
it's mad.
And I was saying to the boys,
the 5G.
Like, no, it'll be void. This would be the year of Corona, and like we won't come back. Obviously now it's just been getting crazier and crazier. 900 deaths a day, stuff like that. Like you just can't control it. So I don't know when we'll be due back. The date's been changing every month, isn't it, Theo? Last month we're meant to come back on the 13th of April. It's been changed now to the 13th of May. They're trying their best to complete the season, so we'll see what happens.
Do you think?
I think it'll be behind closed. I think it'll be behind closed doors. To be fair, I don't think the fans and that will be able to come to the games and that. But that's going to be. So imagine that's going to be hard. I think for players, especially like when you get to playoffs and stuff like that. Imagine you're going to Wembley.
I was going to say,
going
you
to
guys,
Wembley and there's no fans.
Yeah, you guys are in the playoffs right now. So for you lot probably think you want to complete the season, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's going to be teams who are struggling, who are praying for the season to be void. Do you know what I mean? Like our neighbours, Southend, they probably wanted to end now.
Little digs in it.
So they can stay in the league, but obviously they're due to go down this season. So for us, we want to, if they can end it now and say wherever you are now, is where you finish. Perfect for us. We're in playoffs. We're in the right position to be in right now, and hopefully we can carry it on. But I don't think you can please everyone. There's going to be teams that want it, teams that don't want it. So I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah. How do you think you lot's season has gone? Is this where you wanted to be at the beginning of the season, like in terms of the objectives for the club? Was it to get players?
Well, frankly, I only come along like start. I think it was like the middle of September. So obviously I didn't really know about the plans of the club as much. But obviously I spoke to Frank a lot, and Frank obviously said before then that they didn't want to go up. Obviously last year they just missed out, like literally missed out the playoffs by a point. So obviously for me it was just an ambitious club, and they obviously tried to help them as much as they can to try and get the goal of promotion. Is that's the main aim, I would say. I think we could say we could be higher on a personal level, because I know that we've played well and beaten the top teams, I would say, as much. But obviously we're still in a good position as we are now, because we're in the playoffs, as you said, with 9 games to go. You never know what could happen now. Especially everyone's at a break now, and we don't know. We can go back and win on 9 games. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hope you don't go up. To be
yeah, promotion is the goal. There's nothing else to it. It's just promotion. That's all we wanted. That was the goal. So we'll be at playoffs or top 3. It didn't really matter. We just needed to make sure we're in there. We've got a squad for it. So there's really no excuse. If we didn't get promoted this year, it would have been a success.
Go and play over there a second. I'm back in a bit.
Yeah. I was going to say though, like
Rafi, you can't go on.
When I came to your game,
I'm trying to talk.
When I
my little one's trying to jump in. Go on.
No, let jump in. Look at her.
Nah, it's him. It's him. This is the boy. He's got no Easter bunny. This is the boy.
Oh, shame, my bad. Nah, look at it. It wasn't him that celebrated his birthday, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Raf. Say hello then to everyone.
Happy birthday.
Separate, you missed.
Okay. But yeah, you guys being in 6. When I came to see you lot see you lot play, it was against, who was it? Ipswich. I saw you lot play against.
That was in a cup game.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. It was a cup game, and Like, you lot do play some good stuff. So don't you think when you look at where you are in the season, it could be a bit frustrating knowing that you guys are actually a good team, but for some reason there's probably been games where you just haven't been able to switch it on or switch it off. What's been the main thing behind that, where you just haven't been able to just break into the season?
I think when you play in League One and League Two, you know, they're the hardest leagues to get out of because the players are not as consistent as the players who are at the top. So the Premier League teams and the Championship teams seem to be more consistent. That's why you always seem to know who can win the league every year. Whereas League One, League Two, there's always a new two teams who will come out of nowhere and won or stuff like that. So it's just hard being consistent in League One, League Two because you really don't know who you're playing up against tomorrow. Whereas Premier League, you know, like everyone knows everyone. Match of the day, you watch it, so you can study every player. Like when we played, for example, we won a game. I can't remember who we beat someone. I think Plymouth were flying in the league. We beat them 3-0 or something like that at home. Theo scored 2. Should have been about 6 or 7. Yeah, we battered them. Well. The next game we played Grimsby, I think it was, on a Tuesday night. We had been struggling. We lost 3-2. And we lost 3-2, but some guy scored a hat trick out of nowhere. It was like, no, it was nice. He was putting players on. We're thinking, where did this guy come from? Like, he's just doing a badness. But it just shows you that anyone can beat anyone in that league. So the ones who do win the league or get promoted, you really have to give it to them because they've been consistent. And being consistent in League One, League Two is very hard. So I think that's the problem we've had. We probably had the most talented squad in the league for the last 2 years, squad-wise. They're putting it together consistently. You know, it's down to the players, and we've got to take account for that.
No,
it's hard, man. Because you think there's so much games into the season where you think, you know what I mean, we should be winning, and then we lose them games, and then we beat the other teams. You know what I mean? It's a fine balance football, and it's always ups and downs, I would say.
What's been a game that's like stuck out in your mind when you're like, how the heck did we not win that game? Or a match where it's been like, nah, this team are really, really good.
I don't think there's been teams are dead. Teams are dead, man. There's been many games we played where, like Stevenage. We played Stevenage away, and they got a red card in the first 20 minutes. So we're playing just 10 men for the whole game. So we had the ball, 90% possession of the ball. And every cross, every shot would hit the post, or they would get a last-minute tackle.
Half a yard.
Half a
yard, yeah, like literally just missing and everything, and I'm thinking, oh my days.
A game like that, like it's 2 points, and then like you miss out. If you don't win your games in League Two, you go from third to 11th.
Yeah.
So then the next week, now you're fighting to get back in there, and then maybe you put too much pressure on yourself, and then now you don't win that game. Now you're 14th. Then you win 2 games in a row, then you're third. It's just crazy. So that's how it is. It's very mentally draining. I say League One, League Two, it's mentally draining, but that's why we love football.
No, trust me. And Theo, when you came to Colchester, was it always a season-long loan?
No, it was going to be 6. Well, initially it was 6 months.
I thought so.
Yeah, it was 6 months, but literally I went back for 3 days, and it was the most depressing 3 days I probably had, to be honest.
Why is that?
The fact of like, I just don't know. Obviously, it was because I come from a team that was fighting for something. Then like, you know what I mean, and everything was on a high. Everyone's in a good mindset. And obviously, then you go to a team that's obviously fighting relegation. It's a bit of a different ups and downs of the spectrum, if you know what I mean, especially the football terms. But
because they were used to losing games down there. That's why, basically.
Say that again.
They're losing games down there for fun. So.
Basically, yeah. He loves it.
Losing games down there for fun, and then the players been winning games, is coming down with different spirits, and then he doesn't know where to stand. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't know where to stand. That lose over there or the lose over here. Like, he doesn't know what to do.
He loves it. Like another thing. Now, but I didn't know what was going on in it, because I spoke to the manager and like he just said like, see how it goes or whatever. But for me, you can't really see how it goes in that situation where I need to know what's happening. I'm in my last 6 months of my contract. Got a little family, and I need to you know what I mean, to know what's going on in my football space. I need to earn my contract for next year, whatever, if you know what I mean. So for me, I needed to know what was going on, and I wanted the answers, but I didn't get them. But obviously, whatever happened. I think it was like I was only there for like 3 days to a week, whatever it was.
That's what I'm saying. Did Colchester? How did that conversation happen? Is it like, no, I want to go back to Colchester? They were happy to have you, or?
No, well, Colchester wanted me anyway to stay, but the fact of I couldn't really stay because I had the club. I don't know who actually wanted me back there. I don't know if it was the hierarchy or it was the management staff. Because funnily enough, Solcombe wanted me in the summer at Macclesfield, but I didn't really know. Like I spoke to him in the summer about my agent spoke to them in the summer, but then obviously we didn't really get opportunity to speak when he come and got the job at Southend. So in that sense, it was a bit of a strange one. But as I said, I'm happy at Colchester at the minute, playing football, and hopefully get back to the season where we can finish the 9 games and do well.
You said that your contract finishes in that 6 months. How does that actually work now? Because if we're back in the season,
this is the weird thing about it, because I've been speaking to my agent most days, and we don't know what's going to happen really with the fact of the season. So what much can we do about it? If you know what I mean, all I need to know is I just wait, and it's just like stay on top of what I can do. Like that's obviously like running and whatever every day and staying fit as much as I can for when the time does come for when I'm back playing football. But
don't you, like, where you not have been off for so long, to get straight back into football like that, don't you feel like you might need another pre-season?
Yeah, but I personally think that plus we need, because the fitness what we're doing now is nowhere near the match fitness of you know what I mean, of what we're normally used to, everyday training and then playing like say two games a week or the game in a weekend. Well, obviously we're not playing games now, so it's a bit, the fitness ain't gonna be as the match fitness, so it ain't gonna be as there as much. But we're all still fit, if you know what I mean, because we've had that pre-season base, but it's not the same one.
Yeah, no, I hear that. In the news, I don't know if you lot seen today that Mourinho's getting some stick for how he's handling Ndombele and his fitness. And obviously you lot are model pros, I'll say. So like, is there anything wrong with Mourinho showing up to his house just to try and get him fit by any means necessary? Like, I personally go to him.
That is I didn't even see that, to be honest.
Shocked you didn't see it.
Yeah, no, but is that, if for you, because me personally, I'm like, he wouldn't do that unless he thought there was a player there. Do you get what I'm saying? And unless he really wanted him to be fit. But they're slating him on social media today. But how do you guys view something like that?
If a manager is doing that to you, it's because he cares. So you want, you know, if he don't talk to you or doesn't demand things off you, then that's when you've got a real problem. I think I've always seen it that way. So if he's waking him up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go for a jog in the park, local park, even though he's on £100 a week, doesn't really matter. You know, the guy really wants you to do well. Also, you can't forget that it's still Mourinho. So that is a top manager with top CV, and you're playing for one of the best teams in England. I don't care who you are. You know, it's challenging, but at the same time, he's asking to go for a job for fitness. So it's not really the worst thing in the world. 2, I think if it was happening to me, of course I wouldn't like it, but at the same time I'll know that if I do get it right, that this guy's gonna have my back. Just from seeing his past career, look at all the players he looked after at Chelsea. They always speak raving reviews about him. You know, it seems to be some sort of warrior type mentality they all had for him. You know, if that's the type of player he wants. So if you know he's your manager, then you've got to really buy into that. I think that's something that maybe, you know, between him and the player. But obviously in this day and age, everything gets reported. And the way things get reported, it kills a lot of scenarios. So that might not have been, you know, that intense. It might have been like, the player might have offered to say, I'll wake up every morning early and go for a run. Or I'll go to that local park. And then Mourinho might have been like, yeah. But now we're seeing it as he's knocking on the door with like a pistol to his head, like he's in trouble. You know what I mean? All these memes are coming out now. It's just killing them. Like, it's just social media and everyone's on there for that now. It's just
that's a good thing, though. I think, as you said, the manager's doing that because, as you just said there, everything that it shows that you care. You know what I mean? If the manager don't care, he ain't gonna try and get the best out of you. He's just gonna leave you and then run down your contract, and then, you know what I mean, you're not gonna get any better. You're not gonna improve as a player. So I think it is a good thing, to be fair.
Yeah,
manager doing that.
Frank touched on like the whole how everything's reported, like with social media and everything. And obviously now, especially during quarantine, you're seeing a lot of players come out and do stuff via Zoom, and thank you again for doing this. But with how things go on social media right now, you as players, is it a conscious thing to not do the media, or you have to be careful what you say or whatever, just because, you know, when it comes to footballers, it's like a different set of rules? Did that sound clear what I said?
You're waffling a bit, but go on, say again.
Yeah, well done. What I mean, like, so are you not careful when it comes to social media in regards to what you put out, and you know, and even like your everyday life is under scrutiny all the time? Look at her.
Yeah,
it's under scrutiny all the time. So are you not careful about about the media that you lot do?
You know what? Like, social media in England, or media in general, is very serious. So, you know, everything you write, you've always got to be so careful, and everything you say, you've got to be so careful. You compare it to like American media, for example. I watch a lot of basketball,
yeah.
So the people in the media in basketball, they will come at players' throat and say he's poor, or he's dead, or you know, or he needs to do better, stuff like that. And you just got to take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about personality. Whereas here, you can't have too much personality, otherwise you get shut down, or you know, he's not serious for football, or you know, this guy cares too much about his clothing line. I'm thinking, what is going on there? Do you know what I mean? He miscontrols the ball. Now we're talking about his clothing line, or we saw him at the horse racing. Now he doesn't care about football. It's crazy to me. So yeah, England that's just how it is in Europe. I say Europe mainly. You've got to be so careful with so many things. But I like people to have their personalities and see who they really are. That's what makes them who they are.
I don't think that's wrong, really, from obviously the media doing that, because at the end of the day, we've all got lives outside of football as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, we love football to death. You know what I mean? We do anything for football, but at the end of the day, we still got lives outside of football with our families, and obviously, you know what I mean? Different things we want to. Obviously, other people starting clothing lines or doing whatever they want to do outside of football. Like, could be doing uni, you know what I mean? Just studying, you don't know. But it's just like football players have to think about after the life.
I'll give you an example, yeah. Like, someone could be working for, I don't know, an insurance company, for example, and they go into an office every day. Everyone has the characters. There's a funny one, there's an angry one, there's someone that's always talking about their parties or their baby life or whatever. Cool. When they go home, no one ever cares what they do until they come to work and they do what they do. Whereas football, you finish a game, if someone has seen anything of you in Tesco's, or you know, you go down to watch a game with your mate's team or whatever, you get victimized straight away. Oh, he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be doing that. Everyone seems to be very judgmental straight away in our work life. That's something that frustrates me, but at the same time, I embrace it. Listen, if people want to banter me about something happening in the game, I'll come back at you straight away. Or when we talk about someone's livelihood or what they do, I'll come back at you. What do you do? It's a conversation. Let's have a convo. Let's be open. That's why social media is there, so you can see our lives. So let's share it with you. You share yours back. Stop trolling.
Yeah, I think that's why platforms like yourselves, it's new end in 10 minutes. Oh, wow.
Jeez, I was going to know that long.
Ends in 10 minutes. Man, I'll just do another one straight after, part 2. But yeah, I think that's why platforms so even like this podcast and yours especially is good, because it actually allows them to have personality. And what I'm hoping for one day, like you mentioned the basketball, but when I look at stuff like, you know, like ESPN First Take or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Stephen A. Things like that. Kellerman or Shannon Sharp.
Man are allowed to have personality. Even the pundits themselves, they have personality. And
but
thinking
that's America's different, isn't it?
Yeah, do you think we can ever get to the point where we could have that here as well, though?
I hope so. So. That's why I watch it every day.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a basketball person, but I enjoy watching that. I don't know what they're talking about, but I enjoy the back and forth, the personality, and then players come on there and have personality, and they don't have to worry so much about, you know, what they say getting misconstrued or taken out of context.
It's a bit like me and Frank. It's a bit like me and Frank on our show at the minute. You know what I mean? He banters me and I banter him. You know, but at the minute, he loves to go toilet breaks about 10 times every time.
No, but that's it. Like, you've got to be yourself, innit? So,
yeah,
you know, just being stiff. Like, you watch all the Sky Sports interviews and BBC interviews and whatever, ITV, it's all very formal and whatnot.
Formal,
and you don't really always get what you want to get from it. As in, what does he really think? What does he really want to do? Or what is he, you know, what's the conversations that are having behind the closed doors and whatnot? Okay, cool. Everything can't always be revealed. I understand that. There's a point of professionalism. But at the same time, you've got to be who you are. You've got, whatever makes you, you've got to portray that. Otherwise, people will never get the full picture. That's why I always feel like managers in England or in Europe, a lot of them always find it hard to get to understand a player or understand what he's like or his traits or whatnot. You won't get that because it's
you don't know his background, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a very stiff vibe in professional sports in Europe because everything seems to be very straight and narrow. If you don't do this by the way people want you to do it, then you're not doing it right. It's not. You can't. I don't think that's the way of life.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't think that is.
It's not.
Everyone's got their creative mind, point of their personality, and if that can be used to the best of their ability, I'm sure we'll see more players who are more free and being able to do what they do best. Whereas now, I think it's getting better, but you know, it is what it is.
It's not there yet. It's not there yet.
Yeah. What did you guys feel about or think about the whole government's trying to step in and make Premier League players take wage cuts and all of that? Do you think that was right, or do you think that's poor from them?
I think it's the manner they asked.
Huh?
I think it's the manner they came out with that suggestion, without even, I don't know if they spoke to the Premier League or the leagues about, asking for teams and players to take a pay cut and whatnot, contribute. But I think that's got to be, off their own back. People got to do them things off their own back, first and foremost.
Yeah.
If they can see that people who are high earners in this country, it's not just footballers as well. There's a lot of, people making money out of their millionaires and stuff like that who are not footballers. They're not brought to the media front. No one's ever spoke about them. It's just straight away footballers because they see it. That's because of the media. Media always portrays footballers as, earning so much money that, they don't know where to put it. And that's not the case. If you are earning a certain amount of money, then you've got to live that lifestyle as well. Now there's a pandemic. To help someone else or help a lot of people, it's not going to be as straightforward as that. Unless you are a Beckham or a Rooney.
But all them players have got their own stuff to deal with as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can't just suggest stuff like that straight away and say, you have to do this and do that. They got their own family, they got their own friends to deal with as well as whatever everything else happened in the world. But in that sense, it's not, as you said there, Frank, not just about the Premier League players. It's about there's other people in the country that's probably got more money than the Premier League players as well. So the same thing, the Premier League players. From
Championship
people
downwards,
can do that as well.
Will be relying on their wage, to support their families and their life, for the foreseeable future. Let's not also forget that, this football, as much as entertainment, it is work. It is work, and this is probably the most money you'll make in your football career. But it's a short span, it's a short period. Yeah. So by the time you're 35 and above, that's your work done in football anyway. Obviously, you can do other things. But this is our prime time. So now you're asking a player, I'll give you an example, a player from the Championship might go to the Premier League last season. His wages have been doubled. So now he's changed his whole lifestyle, he's deservedly so, whatnot. Yeah. Bought a house here, maybe his family, sorting his family out. Now the pandemic has come, you're asking him now to release so much money that you think he has, he doesn't have it anymore. But now he's looked upon as a Premier League player, he's got to do this, he's got to do that. It's just, there's a lot of complex scenarios. Yeah. I think it should be coming from the players first to say, look, we agree to give this. Because every player is different, every person is different. It shouldn't be demanding. It should be are you willing to do this?
Asking the question, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was very, very cheeky. And Rooney he mentioned it when he made his statement that why is it even on the agenda during the government update to talk about Premier League footballers' money?
Football,
do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think if you can, you should give, but it shouldn't be a government imposed thing. It shouldn't be a thing of, you know what, you have to do this, you have to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's so many other, occupations, people who do other jobs who earn X amount of money, who aren't. They're not asking the bankers to do that. They're not asking the actual employers of the footballers to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? But they're asking
we're not asking the owner of Amazon to
exactly.
give the money. Do you know what I mean? But because they see Vardy's got 20 goals, he's got money. So let's just ask him for money. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But that's just the world we're living in. Football, that's how you know football is driven so much by this country. That's why we need it back so badly, because people are going crazy.
How are you lot doing without even getting to watch football? What are you lot watching? You lot got TV shows? I need some recommendations.
I'm watching Ozark and then catching up by finishing off Vikings. That's at me at the minute, and it's playing COD and when I get the chance, and obviously I don't really play FIFA as much no more because I'm too good at it.
Yeah,
but I said probably
90%
that's
of
about
the
it.
time, me and the missus are watching boxers, so we've covered everything. Like there's not one thing out there that we probably like that we've not tried and watched. So, like you said, we finished Ozark as well. We finished that in a couple of days or 3 days.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad, literally.
Well. There's just so many things, isn't it?
Don't you think it's mad? Like obviously we watch box sets and we probably watch one episode now and then, but now we're actually getting
just banging it all
back to back. You know, so Meek Mill's thing back to back all the time. Literally.
Have you seen what do you call it? Money Heist.
Nah, that's Frank's watched it. I ain't watched it yet.
What do you think of it?
I feel like this one, it's difficult to continue the excitement for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So the first two, fantastic. The third one, still very good, but it's just not going to be the same. It's just like Prison Break. You can't keep escaping and expect us to have the element of surprise. Prison
Break was a mad one as well, man. How can you break out of prison so many times, man? I need to rewatch that, but I know what you're saying.
Especially now, as well, quarantine, like you've got nothing else to do, so now you're thinking, all right, cool. You gonna escape today, or are they escaping today? Like, there's no difficult.
I've watched Trolls about 3 times, the new one.
Which one?
Literally watched it. The Trolls World Tour. I watched that 3 times.
Yeah, that was on half
kid
an hour.
Stuff. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, literally just watched it again today.
Kids, man, don't worry, man. That time's coming, bro.
Right, soon. Soon. Oh, bro, I might have a couple of kids by the end of this month. So.
Either kids or a divorce. I say, innit?
Yeah, trust me.
Another kid or a divorce.
But yeah, I didn't realize that I'd have to upgrade to Pro with this one. I just thought Zoom was Zoom.
I updated mine to Pro the first time I downloaded this. £15 I think it was for the year, something like that.
I'm gonna do that. But are you not happy to come back and bang out another 20 minutes?
Yeah,
cool. Upgrade?
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm probably just gonna upload 2 different parts to YouTube anyway. But guys, keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. We'll be back with the next part straight after this. Yes, guys, welcome back to part 2 of this one with Frank Nouble and Theo Robinson. I'm just gonna get them into the main room. And we should be live now. Waiting. Here we are. Hear me? Nope, I'll connect him.
Hello.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you sound like low though.
How do I sound now? Do I sound better?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Bro, I feel struggling, bro. You just sound really far away, as if you're far from the mic.
What about now? How do I sound?
Yeah, a bit better. Yeah.
A bit better, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What about now? Is that even better?
Much better.
Oh, perfect. Cool.
Yeah, much better.
Let's wait for this guy, man.
What's he doing? He's got that dial-up. I think someone's on the house phone.
It's on the AOL, bro.
Let me message him.
Yeah, you've been seeing Donny's talent show?
Yo.
All right, say again?
Here he is. Theo's back.
Yeah. What did you say, Frank?
So have you been watching Don E's talent show on Insta?
Oh, listen. I'm getting him on here, innit? I'm getting him on the pod.
Bro. Yeah, get him on, man.
I didn't know until the other day that he played for Barnet.
Yeah, he played for Barnet, yeah.
I didn't know. But
did you know he's at Cambridge before that?
Yeah,
no, I didn't know anything about him because when I did see him online, I swear he used to have his face covered.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He had his face covered. Now he's obviously let everyone know it's him.
Yeah, and then I saw him on the live the other day and I was like, raw. And then Leon Legg messaged me saying, he plays for Thingy. I was like, really? I didn't even know that. But his live is jokes.
He's like, can you go and play now? Go on.
Nah, his live is jokes.
Lives is jokes, man. It's the greatest thing on lives. Greatest one.
I've seen a couple. I haven't seen no more. I've seen the dancing one. That's a member last. The basketball.
Yeah.
Look at you like now.
It was too funny. When I was watching it, who was there? Oh, because Yannick. So Yannick was on it. But I see. And then obviously when he's gone
Yannick. Yeah, Yannick was on it.
Yeah, and then when he's gone on it, I was seeing what's going on. And then I stayed and I watched the rest. And then when I'm hearing that X-Men song come in
X-Men, I'm telling you, bro, when I first watched it, it was 100 people watching. Now, you almost got 1,000 people watching. So it's good, man. Done this thing.
Yeah, man. No, I'm going to get him on it, innit? I reached out to him the other day. So
get him in it. He's cool people, man.
Yeah. But on to other things. What team do you actually support? Do you support United or you just got United top on?
Yeah. I support United.
Born and bred United, bro. Yeah, United.
Born?
Yeah, I was born in Manchester. I tell people this all the time. I was born in Manchester and I left there after 2 days. I moved back to London. I was born in Manchester, bro, and I left there after 2 days. Came back to Lucian.
How do you not feel like your seasons and looking at your team? What do you think needs to be done or needs to change or whatnot?
Go on, Frank.
Yeah, obviously I've been here 2 years now, so Theo's joined and Theo's come and he's been on flames for the time he's been here. And for us, really, it's just about, it's just about making sure we're in the playoffs minimum. As long as we're in there, I'm really confident that we can be successful. So there's no real formula for us to do well because I look at every player in our team. I'm confident that, I've got a good player next to me. We've been at many teams and this is one of the teams I've been at where I always say, the talent level is high. It's just about putting it together, Obviously, that's down to the players and obviously the staff and everyone working, together to make sure that plan does come to fruition. But talent-wise, I'm really happy. I think we're blessed to have a team like this in League Two. I look at so many teams. I think to myself, I would not want to be in that team in our league. So we've got to count ourselves lucky that we're in the team where we are.
I think the team. If we're going up, the team will be good for League One as well, possibly as well.
Yeah, we'll be ready for League One. Put it that way.
We'll be ready for League One.
Yeah.
Because the pitches for one, there's half the pitches we play on in League Two are shocking. There's no grass on there, and I look at League One and Championship teams. I'm thinking they're so lucky to be playing on these surfaces every week in, week out. They can showcase what they do, and the way we play, we need a lot of pitches to be good. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying these things do come into play. So for us, it's just about making sure we get out of that league and doing it. But it's a hard league, like I said before.
And the ground is proper. When I went, that was my first time down at that ground, wasn't it? And I went years ago to Colchester, but it wasn't anything like that. No, stadium is a good stadium for League Two, isn't it, Theo?
Yeah, proper. Yeah, I think it's a good stadium, man. It's a nice stadium, man. Obviously, when you're going up, you can fill in the corners as well. That'd be a proper fortress, man. Obviously, when you go up higher, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who else in the division do you think has stadiums that match yours? What's
Bradford? Port Vale Stadium is.
But Bradford isn't. They're not meant to be in that league. If you know what I mean? It's a big
Bradford is a big club.
Yeah.
In our league, I'll say Bradford.
Plymouth just finished their stadium. I want standard one. So it looks quite nice. I ain't been there.
Can you not hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this connection's doing a madness for me. 1 second. Yeah, go on.
You got dial-up internet?
No, that's
hey, my Wi-Fi is doing Wi-Fi the Wi-Fi. No, my Wi-Fi is doing Wi-Fi the Wi-Fi.
You got that wind up.
Is it me or is it you lot? Because my one's 5 bar. Is it me or is it you lot? Because my thing is full bar.
I'm alright.
I don't know, bro. I got that real good internet, so I think it's Theo, to be honest.
Daps is frozen. It look.
Nah, man.
Get out of here about I'm frozen. Get out of here.
Oh, bro. You lot sound like some Congolese artists right now, man. I can't hear anything properly, man. All I can hear is yengity, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro.
It might be you know.
I'm calm now. I can see that now properly. Yeah, calm.
Yeah, it's the meat beats.
I think yeah, trust me. But what was I going to say? When I went down to Port Vale's ground, their stadium was good.
Yeah,
stadium's alright. It's quite old school though, that pitch.
Yeah.
It's what?
It's quite old school, their stadium. It's quite old school. It's quite big, it's quite big, but I think it's an old ground, so you've got that old feel, which I quite like anyway. So
yeah. Theo, what are we saying about Colchester next season? Are we there?
I don't know. But to be honest, I don't know what's going on. Well, I need to just finish the season first, then go from there. There is teams interested in me, and obviously I've done so well. But I just need to reassess and then go again. And obviously I'm at Colchester now to the end of the season, but we don't know what's going to happen, and I just need to make sure I finish the season well and then go from there.
I need to probably ask Frank that question. I know Frank doubles up as your agent, right?
Wherever I go.
He joined the money team, and it Rob Wadsworth.
Yeah, so we got the same.
The money team.
We got the same agent, and Theo was with him before, and then I joined. So, but obviously I was at Colchester, and I knew that we were interested in him, so I just made sure the deal went over the line, really. Now we're both out of contract in the summer, so it's just about.
I didn't know you were out of contract as well.
Yeah, I'm out of contract as well. I've been speaking to the club for a couple of months now. So obviously before this pandemic, we're going to see what was going to happen. I think the main thing was just finishing the season, see where we finish. And hopefully both parties can be happy with, a solution. But yeah, we don't know where we're going to be. We don't even know when the season's going to be back. They're trying to make sure the transfer window stays the same as well. I don't know if you've heard that, but they're trying to make sure the transfer window remains the same, but also finish the season within a month and a half. So it's going to be crazy. They're going to try to put the games in like a World Cup.
It's going to be mad because, like, literally, it's going to be not just me and Frank, because loads of people are going to be out of contract, and obviously our contracts run till, say, well, the end of June, but in July with severance pay, whatever it is, 1 more month. But then it's like, we don't know when the season's going to be finished. I don't know when the season's obviously going to start again. There's a pre-season and the transfer. So we've all got loads of stuff to think about, if you know what I mean.
You have to think about, like, our contract finishes, 30th of June, yeah?
Yeah.
So our contract is done. But if we're still playing this season, past June, then we're out. We shouldn't be playing.
But that's what I'm saying. Does your contract just extend?
No, but now they're trying to make a rule. They're trying to make a new rule where it might be extended for the season to be completed. So every player who's out of contract, by that date, can still play for that team to complete the season. But also, you think, what if the teams that have players out of contract, they might not want that player no more. So is there a rule that in place where they might be like, no, we don't want to use one for next 2 months? Yeah. And then where does that leave that player now? Is the window going to be open for him to move to another team? The other teams now want to sign new players while the season's still going on from last season? There's so many complex situations.
It's loads.
Everything's just a mess.
My loan finishes May the 4th.
Yeah, so his loan.
So my loan finishes May the 4th. But I meant to back in May the 13th at Colchester, but you know what I mean? We don't know what's going on yet.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's all a bit. It's all a bit mad. But for you, Frank, I'm pretty sure, judging by what I see from the Colchester fans, that they want you to stay, right?
No, yeah, listen. I like Colchester a lot, so I've had a good time here, very good time. And when I get teammates like Theo, not to boost him up for that, but I know I have good players around me, so. I feel like I can do what I can do well. So in terms of being at Colchester, I'm more than happy to stay and, come to a conclusion with the club to, extend my stay. But also, just like every player, you want to play as high as possible and you want to get promoted. You want to do stuff like that. Yeah. So right now, I feel like I'm in the best place to do that. But also, I also need the club to back me in that scenario. So, no, the fans are great.
Comes down to the hierarchy, really, isn't it? So
hopefully something can get sorted out on it. But it's never to do with does the player want to be there or not? More time, players want to be at where they are. It's always about what can the club do for that player to help them stay there and stuff like that. And the clubs obviously they have the responsibility to look after the club before the player. But at the same time, the players make the team do well. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the fact that you're asking for that 40k a week.
No. I'm only asking for 30, but it's what they can do. It's what they can do.
Cool, but Manchester boys.
Yeah.
How are you looking? Are you not hopeful about Ole now that it looks like he's actually turned it around?
I think so. I like him. I like him. What's going on? Obviously, it's hard in it because of injuries, and then obviously players that they probably haven't got. But I think Bruno's coming boosted the club a lot, innit? You know what I mean?
All right, cool. That was a very politically correct answer. Are you happy?
I'm just being serious.
Or not? Simple as that, bro. You happy? Can he come to the media? Yeah, he come here to do BBC media, bro. It's not that.
Nah, man. I like him. I really like him. I really do.
I don't know.
What do you think then?
I don't know, man.
Like him or not?
I feel like he's obviously the way they're going forward is young British players and stuff like that. I feel like that's a safety net. But if the manager doesn't do well, then we've been investing in young British players to restart a new journey. Cool, I understand that. If you start with young players, you need time. Just like Lampard at Chelsea, he's bringing young players, so give him time and stuff like that. I get that. But let's not forget what club we are. We are United. Do you know what I'm saying? We are United and we win things. So every year he has to be judged upon winning things. Whether he's playing under 12 he's bringing back Sanchez, regardless, we need to be winning things. Right now, I feel like we're going on the right path in terms of our playing style. We're playing with what we can play with. But when Pogba comes back, I need to see players that have done bits. I don't want to see... Yeah, man, I don't want to be seeing this guy 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. No, because in every other league, we're ruthless. So why now at the top, because as a young manager, now we're going to be giving them, months and years to now produce a standard? No. Right now, be judged upon. When Sir Alex Ferguson, back then, when the media was low, he was struggling at the beginning. I get that. He had young players and he came through it. I get that. But now, the day and age we live in now, you'll be scrutinized. So for me, I'm not going to sit back and say, everything is great and it's all right. No, we need world-class players. We're United, but we can pay up to 100, 200, 300. But
then it's getting them players. Who do you think can improve the Man United then? Because for me personally, just because you know what I mean. What players can you get?
But because it is United and you are who you are, you always attract players.
Of course, we'll attract players. Don't ever get twisted. It's about, do we want to pay that money? I always argue my point. It's about, do we want to buy players for now or buy players for later? So when we were linked to Gareth Bale, right? I know we have the funds to produce Gareth Bale. We have. But because he's 30 years old, do we want him? That's what people will be saying. Yeah. Right? So if we sign Bale, would I be happy about that? I'll be delighted. Because that's another one. I'll be buzzing. Buzzing for him to come there. Any other player in world football, I'll be buzzing. But also, the only thing I agree with you is that our way of playing football, that's one thing we have to establish. Every other team, Liverpool have their way. Cool. They gave Klopp 2-3 years to establish that. He got the players he needed in the end. Now they're running things. I get that. That's perfect. Pep, same thing. You know how he plays. He had to ship out a few players to get his system running perfect. Our way of doing it is just buying young players. That is not the way to...
It's not the way, not the way.
I'm saying, what is our style at United? Can you tell me now, sitting here, what our style is at United?
I always used to hear people say, when Ole first come in, that you got your identity back and all of that. And
identity?
I don't know what your identity is.
Our identity is young players coming through and doing well. We've got that. Rashford is our number 10. Mason Greenwood is doing things when he comes off the bench. We're playing Pereira and stuff like that. Cool, no problem. I get that. We've got that now. Now, let's back our world-class players with Bruno, Pogba, De Gea. Maguire is obviously a top player. Wan-Bissaka is doing really well. Like we got a mix right now. How do we play our game? Because what I see is when we play tough teams, we play 5 at the back. And then we play 5 attacking football. Cool. Now when we're playing at home, we're playing 5 at the back. I don't understand. I need to know what our style is. Are we a counter-attacking team? Are we a fast-flowing team? Or what are we? Because one day I see Martial is doing bits. Next day he's not interested because his system that he's playing in is not functioning.
For him, best ability. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel like with United, it's all about, there's so much emphasis, okay, don't concede. And then when it's going forward, just hope that the talent can carry us forward, basically. Just hope that Rashford, Martial, and James or whoever can pull something out of that.
Let's hope that Martial's gloves are tight on today so he can do bits. Like we rely too much on individual brilliance to get us out of trouble, which obviously we have. but we don't have enough of that to be winning games consistently. So let's have our way of playing. Look, Wolves have their way of playing. Like Bournemouth
Leicester
have their
as
way
well.
of playing. Whether
Yeah,
it's or not, their teams
Yeah.
have their way of playing. But they've had a manager for more than 2 years, so that's one point I'll agree with you on. He does need his time to produce what he wants to produce. But from what I'm seeing, I'm just seeing 5 at the back, and then that's it.
Yeah, nah. Well, hopefully you guys don't push on, because I'm actually scared. I'm actually scared when it comes to United, because of all the teams there who are like in our position outside of Champions League, United are the ones that can not only afford it, but players do still want to go there, no matter what.
Oh yeah, we're the most dangerous sleeping dragon out of all the teams.
Yeah, 100%. Like you could just go mad and just decide to spend however much money on Sancho and
That's what I'm saying. So you got the Sanchos, you got the Hanglands. Why do we? It's just, this is for me simple maths.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
I got £1 billion. I'm spending 200. Them two, come, let's go. Now you've done that. Them two. There's other people that will come and follow. I know money is not as easy as that. I get that. But I'm saying if there was a way of doing it, they're the things that we should have done straight away. Just complete half a team. Pogba will come back from fitness quicker than you ever imagine. No, these things, it's all accountable. Like everything, every act we make at the club is all accountable. So if it's Ollie in, then let's go.
But just be active and in what
you're
doing. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, guys, man, love this. Thank you so much for coming on.
Don't be silly, mate. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro. You're doing a lot of good things, man. I really enjoyed your interview with Andy Cole.
That one, even to this day, bro, was
a special interview, man. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's mad. Thank you.
Really unappreciated brother in our lifetime, really, to be honest with you. That guy is ridiculous.
Listen, and that's why even when I had to do it, I keep saying it. I had to make sure that he knows, man, appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
You have to tell him that, bro. Yeah, he has to know. And the thing is, it's like when I felt like when I was speaking to him, it's almost as if, because a lot of the time people speak to him, it's like these big media houses or whatever, and they don't really give him the ratings. Even last week, I saw that they were talking about the best partnerships in the Premier League.
Yeah, Andy Cole and Yorkie wasn't there now.
Yeah, they don't really rate Andy, and I just don't. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it's annoying still. It's annoying.
Yeah, but man rate him, innit? So hopefully, we got a couple more. This Corona thing just messed a lot of things up. But
messed up everyone's system, man. Messed up the board online. Messed up counter-attack. Messed up everything, man.
Trust me. So, but we're gonna come back stronger anyway.
Of course.
Yeah, no doubt. And all the best with Ball Don't Lie. All the best with the seasons. Man. No doubt we'll link up again soon.
Yes, top man, Daps.
Yeah, man. I'll put all the socials, everything, the Ball Don't Lie socials, everything. Guys, if you haven't already followed and subscribed to the Ball Don't Lie, let's do it. Some good guys here, man. And it's actually good content. I'm not just saying that just because you're here. And that's one thing I like, because
cheers, bro.
I'm bigging you up, but it's important that the content's actually good. And it's good content. And it's not only banter, but you actually learn from it, which is good, man. So keep doing it. And
appreciate it, man.
I'm a fan.
Guys, make sure you FIFA me. Make sure you add me in it so you can get slapped at FIFA.
You know what? I'm actually gonna do it today at some point. But when I come for you on social media after I beat, just take it gracefully. Take it gracefully.
You two play semi-final and play me in the final. Let me know.
To be fair, I should get a bypass because of Frank. I've slapped him so many times.
You two play. Let me know, man.
No, definitely. But wait. One quick question before I go. There was this FIFA Cup that all these clubs were doing.
Yeah.
What was that? I didn't actually get it. Is it like someone from your club plays for you? And then
I think there was two, weren't there? There was two. One of them,
Frank and Cohen had done it.
Me and my teammate Cohen, we played one, but it wasn't organised FIFA Cup. We were just League Two teams playing against each other. We played against Crew. Me and Cohen beat two other players from Crew. But there's another one called Quarantine Cup or something like that, and one of the fans represented us, and he lost. So we're out of that cup now.
But did he actually have to use Colchester as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, in that tournament they made everyone's
they made
team.
85 ratings.
Ratings.
Everything's the same rating, yeah.
Yeah. So
okay. I wonder if Theo got in the team.
In my game, he was on the bench.
Yeah, top goal scorer on the bench. Hey, look, I would have slapped that manager up.
Hey, there's a nibble. Relax.
A big one.
Put some fish. Hey, but let me go fry that out quickly.
Cool. Guys, love for this, man. And I'm probably going to put this out tomorrow, to be honest.
All right, man. Love, bro. We'll post up everywhere, man. And
Love that. In a bit, guys.
In a bit, man.
Cool.
Cool.